Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over some knee-jerk reactions ahead of Game Week 22. So if you are excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 35 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment, what transfers are you thinking of making before the Game Week 22 deadline? Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, before we get on to this week's knee-jerk reactions, I'm just going to quickly go over what my team is looking like as of right now. Currently sitting on 43 points, technically 45 because I have Rudiger and White to come off the bench because Foden and Watkins didn't play, but then I also took a hit, so I'm basically on 41. But in goal, we've still got De Gea to play tonight at home to Wolves. Really hoping for a clean sheet that game. Hoping for a big 6 points, maybe even a 7 or 8 bomb if he does make a few saves. Wolves aren't the greatest attacking team, but they're very good at the back, so this could end up just being a 0-0. So we'll have to wait and see, but I'd be absolutely happy with a 0-0 with a few saves as well from De Gea. At the back, we got Trent coming through with 4 points, Cancelo coming through with 2 points, and Reguilon coming through with 6 points. So Trent getting an assist was really nice. By the way, that game was ridiculous yesterday. That Chelsea-Liverpool game was such an enjoyable game to watch as a neutral fan. Really enjoyed every minute of it. The Arsenal-City game, I mean, a lot of controversy around that. Reguilon picking up the 6 points, which was really nice. Came off, I think, on the 81st minute, which banked the clean sheet. I was really praying for Watford to score after Reguilon came off, because I know a lot of people do have like Dyer and stuff like that, and especially getting Emerson Royal, Lloris, who got obviously massive points. Really hoping for a Watford goal there, but didn't happen. But not too bad at the back there. In the midfield, we have Gray, Foden, Bowen, captain, Salah, and Jota. So I brought in Gray as well. I actually took a hit this week, as I said. I brought in Reguilon for James, I brought in Gray for Sissoko, and then I also brought in Bowen for Bernardo. I was really worried about taking Bernardo out, because usually when I take a player out after they haven't returned in ages, they usually return. He did return, he got an assist from a penalty, but he also got a yellow card, he got 1 bonus. It wasn't the worst case scenario, but obviously Gray only got 2 points in their loss to Brighton, so I'm really hoping at home to Leicester he can pick up something. The only reason I took a hit was because I knew that Gray was going to play both games, and if he doesn't get anything, it just nullifies the hit. You know, it'll be -4, but he'll get 4 points, so it won't be the worst case scenario, and then any returns he does get is just a bonus. So I'm really hoping he gets something against Leicester, but I haven't actually seen the highlights of the Everton game, so I don't know if it was even close to getting any sort of returns. But Foden obviously has COVID. Well, I think Pep came out and said that he's short of match fitness or something, but I think that just means that he has COVID. Bowen captain, I think a lot of people captained either Bowen or Antonio this week. 10 points so far, not too bad. Still has Norwich at home, which I'm really hoping he can pop off in, get a goal or something. It will make my game week feel a lot better. Still obviously have Salah. I didn't decide to transfer him out for Son, which I was quite happy about. Son did get an assist, but Salah got a goal. So a nice little parting gift there from Salah, 7 points. Jota also getting 5 points as well, which was an interesting assist, but I'll take it. So all my Liverpool boys actually returned, which was really nice to see. Then Watkins also has COVID, not great. And Antonio getting 7 points, still with at home to Norwich to play. So I still have Antonio to play, Bowen to play, Gray to play, and De Gea to play. I have Rudiger and White coming off my bench for 1 point each. Really unfortunate. So yeah, I'm sitting on 41 points, 45, but obviously after the -4. 41. So not the worst game week in the world, really. It could have been a lot worse. It probably could have been a little bit better, you know, if Gray returned, Salah got another goal or something, Jota scored, Trent scored, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, still a few players left to play. I'm hoping for a return from Bowen, Antonio, De Gea, and Gray in the next games, which could see me go into like the 60-point mark, which I think would be really nice. But of course, there is a lot to talk about with Game Week 22. It is 11 days away. It's next Friday, so that's a lot of time. So for players like Foden and Watkins who currently have COVID, I wouldn't necessarily get rid of them, because that is enough time to kind of get rid of COVID and train and be ready for selection, because we have the FA Cup this weekend, and then we have the rest of Game Week 21 games to play, moving like into next week, the likes of Everton to play, Brentford to play, West Ham to play. So yeah, of course there's a lot of talk about double game weeks in 22 as well, so if you haven't used your transfer, I wouldn't use it yet. If you're using your free hit, Again, you don't really need to do anything. You just gotta wait for the double game weeks, really. But yeah, there's so much that can happen before game week 22, and especially with that FA Cup round to play as well. A lot of injuries could happen, more COVID outbreaks, more game postponements. Anything could happen. So yeah, that is why I wouldn't use my transfers right now if you still have them. But that was my game week 21 team so far. Again, still a few players left to play. We'll see what happens. Also, the screen looks horrible with all these yellow and red things. I don't like that one bit. Let's move on to the actual knee-jerk reactions of the week, though, and we have Son being the top player. I mean, the most obvious reason is people are getting rid of Salah and then bringing in Son or De Bruyne, players like that, which I completely understand. Like, Salah is off to the African Cup of Nations now, so he won't be available for selection. But yeah, a lot of people bringing Son in, and again, that could be ahead of a double game week 22. Now, I don't personally want to bring Son in at this point because I don't already have him. So my plan is to just free hit in game week 22, and then Son has Chelsea away, which isn't the greatest fixture, and then he obviously has Southampton and Wolves, which is really nice. But Salah's back, I think, around game week 24, most likely, depending on how well Egypt do in the African Cup of Nations. So if Salah is back by game week 24, I'd only have to bench Salah for a week, and then I'd have him back for 24. So I think I'm just going to keep him, which is really, really weird, because I'm going to lose money on him. Well, not really, because he's probably going to go down to like 12.6 by the time the game week 24 rolls around. But then everyone's just going to bring him in again anyway. So yeah, I think I'm probably, if game week 22 is a double game week and there's a lot of fixtures, yeah, I'm probably just going to free hit that game week, keep Salah on my bench for game week 23, because I think my bench is strong enough to be able to allow that to happen, and then just have him back for game week 24. So I'm just thinking that's what I'm going to do, because Son's fixtures are like all over the place. Like, yeah, they have Southampton, Wolves, then they have City, then they have Leeds, Everton, United, West Ham. Like, they are really all over the place at the moment. But yeah, Son, number one transferred in player. Again, could get injured, could get COVID, and like that could happen. So again, if you do bring in Son and he does get COVID, it's, you know, it is what it is. I think he already had it, though, to be fair. I think he was one of the players at Spurs that actually had it, but you never know. Jota, another player that a lot of people are bringing in. Of course, why not? He is the only, well, the original, I'd say the original three up front, but obviously Firmino's out with COVID right now. Mane and Salah off to AFCON. Jota is literally their only option right now. So yeah, you kind of need Jota in your team if you want to have any kind of Liverpool attackers. I think the likes of Chamberlain will play as well, but I'd much rather want Ox. Jota. I also don't have a clue who's going to be on penalties now as well. If Milner isn't playing, maybe they fall to Jota. You know, he took quite a nice penalty in in the Carabao Cup when they knocked out Leicester. So yeah, could be Jota on pens while Salah's away, you never know. Saka, another player, keeps returning, to be fair. He's got 6, 16, 7, 6, 5. You know, I think he's going under the radar a little bit. And Arsenal have some nice fixtures coming up. They do blank in 25 and 27, which isn't the greatest situation, but we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, they've got some nice fixtures coming up for sure. Bowen, another player that a lot of people are bringing in. Again, understandable. Really, really nice fixtures on the horizon for West Ham. The likes of Norwich, well, they've obviously already got Norwich, but then Leeds, Man U, Watford, Leicester, Newcastle, really, really nice fixtures there. And then De Bruyne as well, another player that a lot of people are just downgrading Salah for. Understandable after the Chelsea games, Southampton, Brentford, Norwich. So yeah, really, really nice fixtures there. These are fixtures that I want to target with double City defense as well, because I think that's just 3 clean sheets on paper. So yeah, that's definitely where I want to bring in maybe Diaz and Cancelo or something. And again, if I free hit in 22, I can just save my transfer that I was originally going to use on Salah to bring in Diaz instead. So yeah, I think for my position right now, I think that the free hit is really, really useful in 22 if there are a bunch of double game weeks. If there aren't, then I don't really know what I'm going to do. So I'm really, really banking on a lot of double game weeks here, which are very, very most likely to happen. Again, there's going to be a lot of videos coming out this week. There's going to be wildcard drafts, updated wildcard drafts. There's going to be double game week free hit teams, just double game week like discussion videos, loads and loads of stuff. So yeah, don't worry about that. There's going to be a lot of content this week, because again, the next deadline isn't until next Friday, and a lot can happen in that time. So let's go on to the most transferred out players this week, though. We have Salah, number 1. Again, very, very obvious why he's off to AFCON, but again, he might be back for game week 24 if Egypt don't do very well. Then yeah, he could be back by game week 24. So I think the group stages are game week like 22 and 23. and then 24 might be when he's back. I'm not sure, but then I have him for Burnley and Norwich, and I don't have to worry about transferring him in and out or wasting a transfer. He does blank in 27, but you know, you're gonna have to have a strong bench for that there, unfortunately. So that is, I think 27 is a game where a lot of people are also gonna want a free hit, but you know, you have to just kind of work around it or something, or maybe only field 10 players for that game week. James, another player that a lot of people have transferred out. Yeah, he could be out for a lot longer. I mean, even if he was still in, I think a lot of people would transfer him out anyway. He has City, then Tottenham, and then like blanks twice. So yeah, it's definitely kind of pushing you to get rid of all your Chelsea defenders. Like I say, I'm getting rid of Rudiger for Diaz. I've made up my mind. That's the transfer I'm going to make, but it's not going to be until game week 20. Game week 22 when, well, game week 23, should I say, when they have all these fixtures. So free hit in 22, and then just take Rudiger out for Diaz in 23. So I have all of these fixtures to target with 2 City defenders. They also don't blank in 27 as well, which is really, really useful to have 3 City players for. Next up, Mendy is another player. I didn't realize so many people own Mendy, but yeah, again, Chelsea assets. I mean, I would just offload them all right now. Ben Rama, again, AFCON. You don't really need to talk too much about why people are transferring these players out. It's literally just because they're at AFCON. Apart from James and Gallagher. Gallagher still has COVID. I mean, he'll be back for game week 22 for Brighton, because it's so far away and he's already had COVID for like a week and a half or something. So yeah, is he a good player to sell right now? I mean, I wouldn't if you have other problems in your team. I don't think he's an urgent matter, but you know, it is what it is. But I wouldn't use transfers until closer to the deadline, because like I say, anything could happen in the FA Cup. COVID postponements, double game week announcements, all that could happen. But yeah, that's going to be the knee-jerk reaction for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. It's everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.